my goodness, that's a $1 million question. It's a difficult one to answer because the things that are within cities' control are fairly limited. So they have control over their own revenue, which is the property rates revenue, and also the revenue from bulk purchases. As I mentioned earlier, the revenue that they receive from bulk purchases, which is of electricity and water, is dependent on consumption. So although it's within their control in terms of the amount that they charge residential and non-residential customers for those bills, the economic situation within which those customers and businesses are operating affects the amount that they buy. So that's not entirely within cities' control. So that's number one. The next question is the transfers that they receive from their national fiscus. Within this broader economic environment, of course, income tax revenue, corporate taxes, and so on to the national fiscus have declined. So it's very unlikely, and we have seen in budget speeches over the last couple of years, that there'll be an increasing tightening of belts and public expenditure will be decreased. So it's very unlikely that that will change. And in fact, those transfers may in fact decrease. Finally, you add to this picture the fact that the pandemic is continuing to affect the country, and the impact of that on residents in terms of lockdowns, in terms of business closures and so on, is likely to be something that will continue for the immediate future, and something which cities do not have control over as well. So all those factors, all those moving parts are things which affect cities, and to varying degrees, they have control over them and not. Within the report, we do look at the projections that cities are making over the medium-term expenditure framework, and to varying degrees, they look forward 3 and 5 years into the future and wonder and project make projections rather about the revenue streams, about their expenditures into the future. And to varying degrees, some cities expect things to get better sooner rather than later, whereas others expect that things will remain to be difficult for them for some time yet. So I think the circumstances, of course, of each city are different, but I think it's fair to say that the sorts of things that cities would need to do to address the situation that they find themselves in are really things that in the main are out of their control.